Hi guys, are we having crisis right now? Well, I'm gonna give you a brief info on that in this episode. Are we having a crisis right now? Well, my answer to you is yes, we are having a crisis right now because everything, as you may see, every market, everything drops down. So all the stocks markets, if you look at all the metals such as gold, silver, stocks markets, indices, right? All pretty much stocks markets, everything that you look at right now, everything is just dropping. And like 99% of that has to do with this so-called coronavirus right now. I know that a lot of people are actually afraid of this virus. I know there's a lot of things going on right now worldwide. We got a global pandemia. You know what I'm saying? Um, is it something to be worried about? I think it's nothing to be actually very concerned to be concerned about. I mean, it's something that we have to be aware, but in my personal opinion, I don't think that I could be like my life could be threatened. You know what I'm saying, due to coronavirus. I mean, I might be wrong. You know what I'm saying, I'm no doctor or anything like that, but as far as I know, all the information that I'm being given, it's like the most vulnerable people to this virus are older people and sick people, weak people. I mean, weak as in being sick. I'm not saying someone was weak in general, but just people being sick, like having diabetes and that kind of stuff. I know there's a lot of lives threatened worldwide right now, but we haven't, in my opinion, we are having this obsession right now. I know the borders are being closed. There's a lot of flights departures being canceled, everything like that. I mean, I know it's for the safety purposes, so that everyone's lives might be, secured. It's all for the insurance and that kind of stuff. I understand, but in my opinion, when you look at it from a different angle, we are having a obsession right now. It's a worldwide pandemic. Everybody's like paranoid. People are storming the grocery stores, or storming all the stores. I'm not even mentioning toilet paper right now because it's the most famous thing worldwide right now. Everybody's just buying it out. So I mean, everybody's just storming the stores, buying everything. At some places, you might see in front of some supermarkets, you just people getting jammed in the traffic because people want to arrive and they want to departure from the parking lot just to go home because there's so many people actually storming, like I said, the supermarkets in order to buy everything out. Well, situation is like as if we're about to have a nuclear war and everybody's just gathering resources, all kinds of stuff, and just going down deep to the shelter, to the vault, gathering everything for the post-nuclear world. I mean, times. Like I said, in my opinion, it's an obsession. I believe that somewhere in the future, near future, it's all gonna shift itself. But we are having actually an economical global crisis right now. Do you remember the crisis from 1929? I mean, I haven't lived in 1929, but I've read about a lot of stuff. I've heard a lot of information about it. It was very, the whole situation. It had a huge impact on not only American society but global economics as well, and worldwide. So what we're having right now is, well, I wouldn't say it's a similar thing because I haven't heard a lot of people losing jobs. I mean, there's a lot of people who are actually, a lot of those workers, this whole workforce has been paused right now. It's not that people have been thrown away from jobs, anything like that, but haven't lost their jobs. But people are not getting, a lot of people are not getting wages, and we have to pay the wages, right? There are different difficult situations that have to do like with mortgages, for example. There's this threat right now. There's this threat being opened that the banks should actually postpone actually the mortgage sort of monthly payments. There's a lot of actually economical problems that need to be solved ASAP. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that we are in crisis. Everything, the markets are dropping, but sooner or later it will all shift. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen the movie or read the book Big Short by Michael Lewis. I recommend this book. It's pretty interesting book to read for people who are interested in that kind of stuff, like finances, Wall Street, and that kind of stuff. This is they tell this whole story about, how the last crisis from like 15, 20 years ago happened. Um, so they tell about the whole crisis. But what I'm trying to say, even though it dropped, I remember like 2 years ago, was it? I think somewhere around that, like 2 years ago, we had a huge drop, like a big short. Short is another term for selling positions, which means that the price goes down. Everything is selling out. And when you are earning on drops, you are in the short position, and the long one is the opposite. So when you buy, for example, you are in a long position. So big short means, in other words, big drop, big collapse during the crisis. But sooner or later, if you want to have a look, right now, for example, if we look at the German in the DAX, which is like index of 30 biggest German corporations right now, it's dropping like from 13,000 points to last Friday. It went just below 9,000, so it was like a drop of around 40%, something like that. And even though if it's going to go down a bit more, sooner or later it's going to turn around. It's going to go up, and not only is going to come back to 13%, but sooner or later it's going to go to new heights. It's been always like this. Winston Churchill once said that an optimist is a person who is looking for opportunities in every difficulty, while a pessimist, on the contrary, is a person who is looking for difficulties in every opportunities. Same here with crisis. If you're going to look down at the situation of the stocks markets, you're going to be like, oh, we're going to lose everything, we're going to lose all our money, and that kind of stuff. But there's also, believe me, people who are looking optimistically to the markets. Not only, like I said, there's actually an opportunity to earn money on the markets right now as well. Just because everything's dropping doesn't mean unnecessary. It isn't necessary that everything's every person's going to lose their money, right? There's a lot of opportunities that are coming up right now during the market and the crisis, and they're going to appear afterwards as well. So, like I mentioned before, with DAX, for example, it was like 13 units, 13,000 points. It dropped down around 40% below just 9,000. But I mean, sooner or later, within this year, I believe, not only is going to go up to 13,000 points as well, but it's going to go to new heights, new record heights actually. So not only people who dropped a lot of money, there's going to be people who are going to earn even more money on that. The people who are going to, at the proper moment, at the proper position, are going to go long, you know what I'm saying? Which means they're going to buy actually stocks of DAX or German DAX or whatever, American, whatever the global indices, right? So there's a lot of opportunities, what I'm trying to say, worldwide right now. We had got this pandemic that has a lot to do with this coronavirus. What I'm trying to say is, don't get too obsessed about it. I know there's a lot of lives are being in threat right now, in danger, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's losing everything. And believe me, sooner or later, it's all gonna turn around, and people are gonna lose. People are gonna earn a lot of money, and everything's gonna go back to its normal state. It's with stocks markets, it's a normal life circle. From time to time, there has to big drops. They have to appear. It's pretty normal, so it's something you have to be aware. It's a normal life cycle. For 2 years, everything's going up. From time to time you have huge drops, and then so that it's like I'm saying, it's curving actually down its way to go to a better place where you can just go along and buy a better buy position. You know what I'm saying? So where you can earn money actually. So it's normal life cycle of stocks markets. So are we having crisis right now? Yes, we are having crisis right now. But believe me that pretty soon. Within, I believe, a few months, it's going to shift, and within this year, it's going to go back to its normal state. So, stay at homes. It's what everybody's telling right on the internet. Don't get too obsessed about what's going on right now, but be aware of what's going on, like I said, and trust me, there's a lot of opportunities to earn money as well. Look at what's going on, but like I said, don't get too cautious about it. Don't get too crazy about it. Be wary, but don't get obsessed. So that's how it's going on with crisis right now, and that's how things look with crises each time. If any inquiries, you can always let me know. We can have a conversation about. I'll be looking forward to it. Hope you like this video, and if you like, then chuck a like, and thanks for watching. God bless.